my friends, is my sob story of why I haven't really been active for the last week. That so that's why but I've been way more active the last 2 days, maybe some of you have noticed, than I have the previous last week, because I've been feeling better and I kind of got it all under wraps now. So today will be like my first stream back, like short stream. But yeah, a lot has happened since I've been gone. Not really, not with Ethereum. Look, Ethereum is still at the same spot where I left, pretty much. It teased wanting to break out, but it went right back down. You know, Bitcoin, on the other hand, has been trying to go to 120, like we've been watching the entire time. And it just sucks because we made a lot of these calls, you know, when Bitcoin was down here at 70K, and we couldn't, you know, clout chase on stream because I was sick and I couldn't come online. So it really just bounced off of this level right here. It's just, you know, tapped this previous high and just went all the way up to all-time high. Simple as that. And you know, it did a simple move, but then, you know, Ethereum is just, it can't do the same. So well, I'm gonna have to change the music real quick. So now that you're back, and we pump a little, maybe? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope we can pump a little, maybe. You know, I mean, let's look at Ethereum right here. Let's turn this back up real quick. We'll switch this beat. We got. I don't even know what beats we're listening to, but we might go through different ones. There we go. That'll be fine. Ethereum's still chilling at support right here, but Bitcoin is already looking strong at support. So let's go look at it on the 4-hour real quick. Hold on. Daily looks better. Daily. Let me get rid of this V. So we quote unquote nuked, you know, terrorists win, from all-time high right here or whatever. The James Wynn candle, or whatever you want to call it. Like, people are freaking out because James Wynn is taking all of his scam earnings and leverage logging them on Hyperliquid. I said what I said, but this is just basically a retest of your previous all-time high right here. So you broke out. That was your resistance. We were consolidating under this for a long time, and you broke out, and now you're just retesting. You're just retesting this previous all-time high and trying to confirm that we are ready for higher levels of price action. So this isn't anything crazy at all here, but I do have this level mapped out in case, you know, we decide to just go ahead and sweep everybody from their longs, their precious longs, and dip back under 100K here, which would be, you know, with how I'm seeing people so leveraged right now in the market. Like, obviously a lot of people weren't buying down here and they are very excited to buy Bitcoin above, you know, 100K right now. So it would not surprise me if the markets opened up next week and we got like some wick down to here, you know, 97 or lower. But this is just like kind of like the area I'm watching for that to happen. If we did liquidate some of these, I'm gonna call them late longs. If you're longing, you know, 105 instead of, you know, down here when we were consolidating underneath this area for so long, or even right here. You said, where's the jazz music? We could put the jazz music on. Hold on. It was like jazz cafe music, I think. We could do the jazz music. Here, we'll do this one. Is it so much more like somber now? It's like, oh, let's click over. Yes, now we have the Mr. Rogers vibes back. Okay, here we go. I don't know, this one might be too slow. Hold on, we gotta pick the music and we'll look at Fartcoin. Okay, this one's better. This is like the this is kind of like what we had in the early on days of the streams. Right here. Alright, that's better. Alright, there you go. Fartcoin. Well, Fartcoin's not really doing anything super crazy. Let me get rid of all the lines on Fartcoin real quick. Like, man, this music really just goes so well with this microphone. I hate it. I hate it. I feel like Bob Ross now, but whatever. So we're just gonna take one of these lines right here, and we're gonna paint a little line right here on Fartcoin. And I'm gonna paint some more lines right here, and right here, and right down here. Well, not really right there, but right here. And you can see Fartcoin is like basically walking up these support resistance levels, and it's trying to hold this area right here. It's trying its best right now. It's what is the daily? It's trying to hold above 145 right here, which is you can see like this like staircase is walking up here. So resistance busted through. You didn't even come back and retest it. Resistance busted through, then you retest it. So you can kind of see this happening over and over again. Resistance busted out, retested it. Resistance busted out, retest it, and you see like this whole support resistance walk up pattern. That's pretty much what Fartcoin's doing. So it hasn't made any like lower levels here. I mean, it's just like, you know, higher low. You can see the staircase very clearly here. So we're trying to make another higher low. Oop. Just like that. So this is kind of like your area right here. Previous area of resistance. Trying to act as support on Fartcoin right now. You didn't really go up as high as you know, these previous ranges though. You got rejected a little harder right here. I will say that. You see how this is a little bit thinner compared to the others? So there might be a little something to that. So I mean, don't freak out. This has had an incredible run, but if it came back down here and established like 125 as even a more solid area of support, you know, it could still continue on. I wouldn't really worry about, you know, there's probably a lot of people drawing this line. So if we kind of like broke down, I would watch for any of these other levels to hold on Fartcoin to reclaim. So that could be like long into the summer though. So, and this is one of the prettier charts to put the guppy trend on. Like, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it is a very goated chart. Very goated chart. Looks good on the 4 hour too. One of the better looking charts in crypto right now. And yeah, very nice. So being market made very well. Good supply control action on it. Not a lot of exchanges to which is a good thing, so they don't really tamper with price action too much. So whoever is in control of this chart, they're doing a really good job with it. So they want to see it go higher. And let me see if you got kind of like a little bit of a range here. I mean, it looks pretty clear on the chart here, but just a little bit. There you go, something like that. Let me get rid of this. A little bit of a channel right there. Let me put it on the 12. A little bit. It's kind of a little bit rough. Let me see if I can. That's pretty good though. You know, it looks like it's being actively traded, so you know, there you go. Definitely watch this 125 area though. If it dips, you know, lower than the support area that it's trying to hold right now, you can see that area is at like, you know, it's just, like we said, staircase just walking up. So that would be your next area of support to watch on Fartcoin, but it's in a bid area. Hello, Don Ted. Hello, Wall Street Bets General. I'm guessing WSB. I never asked what that meant, but I know that usually means Wall Street Bets. And hello to the Mumu ETH gang too. And Mumu was always in the chat, and Apu was always in the chat too. So yeah, we're just gonna draw some happy little lines. Swag hashtag or cash tag swag with 3,400 ETH will give a 6x from these prices. That's a good observation too, because I was looking at a lot of Ethereum meme coins in relation to where they were when Ethereum was the same price right here, and basically all of them are at the same price they were when Ethereum was 2,500 before. There might be a few exceptions, but for the most part, all of them are kind of like in the same area. So we're really waiting for Ethereum to break out of this next area of resistance here, which would be around 2,850, which would be your next one. So that is that. We looked at Fartcoin. Let's look at Solana. Solana's still doing battle with a resistance area too. Pretty clear area of resistance there across the chart. See that used as support, swatted down, resistance, and now you are trying to break out. And if you break out of this area around what is this, 183, 185, I think if you hit like 194, in that area, you're probably just gonna full send into like the at least the lower 200s there. So if you're shorting Solana, look out for this level. This looks like a heavily defended level for bears right here. Let me look at it on the daily. Yeah. This, I don't know. I just don't. I wouldn't want to be shorting anything right now. But I mean, even with James, well, the stuff like you're doing with like James Wynn is just an entirely different story. Like, there's going to be wicks and scam liquidation events, and then the price will go right back up or whatever, but the market is clearly bullish right now with Bitcoin at 107K. So Ethereum and Solana and these alts can start really ramping up and pop off at any time, but everything is going to send, says Mr. Goldtrope. I do believe so too. We just need that catalyst. We need that catalyst for ETH and BlackRock to finally just, whenever they want to start the show, basically. But Ethereum is still making really good progress, even though if it's slow and choppy in typical Ethereum style, it is holding these support levels still, even though it looks, it is what it is. Pepe and Ethereum look very similar. Check that out right there. Let's go back to Pepe and you'll see what I'm talking about. So they're both trying to hold this support area right here. Pepe was rejected right here. I think this is the February 2nd scam candle. If you go check February 2nd on like every chart, everything nuked that day. I still haven't looked at what happened February 2nd, but that's a big resistance day on a lot of charts. And Pepe broke through that and sold back off, and now we're trying to hold that area of support. So that's looking okay right now. So this is like your bid area if you want to see higher prices. And your next level of resistance right there, where you held support previously before you broke down. So there it is, the Pepe chart. Memecoin, basically the same thing. It's tucked under resistance a little bit right here, but I mean, if things launch, MOG will be fine. It's like that's like the slogan I would have for MOG now, is be like, MOG will be fine. Just say MOG will be fine. If the market's pumping, MOG will be fine. I don't even know, like, to do TA on MOG is just kind of like, you know, they're so popular now. It's like Mog will be all right. They'll be okay. They'll be fine, guys. SPX had like one of the stronger looking charts. It feels like they're trying to be the first mover again. They had a very strong run up right here, and they were kind of like, they were, if you don't remember, they were leading the charge for quite a while on like the meme season. They were up substantially more than everybody else in the market, like up like 300% more than anybody else at one time. So it looks like they're trying to do it again, because on their chart, you can see these areas right here where it's previous resistance like we had on Pepe and Mog. But look at this nice bounce. Resistance, broke out, using it as support now, and then you busted through, and now look what you're trying to do. You're trying to use this previous resistance now as a support level. Really pretty chart. So you're at a launch area for SPX. So depending on the market, of course, this looks like another bid area. You're trying to reclaim this area and launch higher on SPX right here. So pretty bullish looking price action on SPX. That is, you know, I said the Fartcoin chart looked the best, but you know, that SPX chart right there might be the best looking chart so far, just by the way it looks with the these candle closes, and you know, it's respecting the TA right there. Looks really nice. So gunshot for SPX. He said, oh, let me turn this down a little bit. We're jamming right now, guys. Holy shit. Okay, do that just a little bit. Okay. Good evening, Crypt. Yeah, Trump is back to his tariff BS. Yeah, I did see that too. We can get a news dump again at any moment. People are cautious. Yeah, it definitely, you noticed, it's like the market's like a school of fish, and you know, Trump's the whale, and you know, or someone threw like a rock. Every time he talks about tariffs, it's like throwing a rock in the water, and all the fish like get scared. It's like that's the only way I could really describe it. It's like, you know, you don't want to scare the fish, but that's definitely what happens every time he says tariff. He said tariff, and everybody runs. Apu chart is going like sideways at this resistance level. We've already mapped this out right here. This is my first time like looking at it in a while. So you had your resistance, and you're just holding support. You've been going sideways for like a couple days now. Now you're trying to like close underneath this resistance, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens this week, though. Everything is going to fly if, you know, Ethereum 1 gets its act together and Bitcoin continues to soar. So everything's going to continue to get dragged up. So it's a little rough around the edges right here. You could even, you know, you can be like, move it right there, move it there. Let's just put an order block or a support zone right here, just kind of like a broad one. There you go. It's kind of like the area you're trying to hold. You can see it very clear on Apu right here, and it's just kind of holding this area, waiting for the market to get its act together so it can pop again to the upside. So Apu's holding support. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, we have a challenger. A challenger has appeared.
I'm gonna come
for the best chart. Hype. Another one we were watching, and we put this this area of resistance right here. So, and what did it do? It broke out. There was your resistance, and it consolidated under it. Not very long, maybe a week at the most, and it broke out to the upside. And it hasn't come back down to retest it at all. It has went straight to all-time high and is still currently in price discovery mode. So if it did pull back, well, if you want to know, the areas I would look at for a pullback. Let me see if I can find these lines again. Probably this candle close of a previous all-time high right here, for like right here, or all the way back down here to this area you tested 1, 2, 3 times, and you could come back down here and test this as support before you go back up. But if hype went all the way back down there, I'm assuming that Bitcoin did the thing where it went back below 100K. We did Pepe just a second ago, and it's just chilling at support right now. It's just chilling at support. This is a previous area of resistance, and it was battling with this area of resistance, and it broke out, and now it's just chilling, trying to hold it at support. Kind of just chilling. The carrot stays flat. Yeah. The carrot is it's staying flat on Apu right now. Damn carrot. Damn carrot, man. So there are a few coins on Deck Screener 2. Of course, we're gonna look at the coin that sponsors the stream, and Bobo is still waiting to break out of its this was June 12th, and wow, we're approaching June 12th here. And this trend line that extends all the way from June 12th of 2024 on the Bobo chart. Look at this massive massive trend line here. So we've just been like consolidating underneath this. So consolidation under resistance is a bullish thing. So I'm waiting. I'm ready when bullish is Bobo-lish. Bobo billions. Whiff. Yeah, we can look at whiff as well. But this I don't know. This chart is to me, as a person that's traded for a very long time, you guys, I don't know, I already have a shitload of Bobo, right? Of course I got a lot of Bobo, so I'm not gonna tell anybody, but it's a very FOMO inducing chart to me. If there's a potential alt season and I'm looking at something like this that's hit these higher levels, and it's at a trend line like this and a potential breakout on Ethereum, and all these things are kind of lining up, and it's just like,
Tell them to bring me my money.
just I don't know, guy. So I know it. I'm just waiting for. I'm early though, I guess. Bobo Trillions. You said swag. We'll look at swag. I was gonna look at that. The coin of the day on Solana next. Swag on ETH. Bobo will melt faces. Bobo will melt faces. All the I think, man, I just think Ethereum meme coins are gonna go crazy, and people are just gonna be like, holy shit, that coin was. It's gonna be the same type of deal. It's gonna be like, these coins were sitting under 100 million for how long, and I was over there buying random shit on Solana, and now Ethereum is about to hit 10K, and I didn't ever think this was gonna happen. It's like, yeah, man, I mean, I was here trading when Bitcoin was 3K, and everyone never thought it would hit all-time high again. It's just like, things happen. Swag chart here, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for your area of support. You can draw one right there. Draw one right here. I kind of like this line. We're just gonna draw a little line right here. I like this area because it rejected right here, and it rejected right here, and now it looks like it's trying to hold support maybe right here. I think this would be a good area to bid instead of like just wasting everyone's time and coming all the way back down to 1.65. This is our trench TA. ladies and gentlemen. This is Trench TA. Do I have a button for that? No, I don't.
Bruh.
But this is Trench TA. So I like this area right here as a support zone on swag. I think this would be the area you would bid on swag. And this is your area of resistance. And we left this line up here, and it looks like you went up there and you almost tagged it, and you projected back down. And so it kind of looks like what the Bobo chart did. The Bobo chart ran up, and it just is slowly kind of like bled off into a support zone. And now, like, you know, Pepe, Mog, and others, they're all sitting at support, just like Ethereum itself. Ethereum is kind of just sitting at support. So yeah, there you go. So that's kind of like the Ethereum chart overall. Like, a lot of these coins, all these Ethereum memes are just sitting at support levels, except SPX is sitting at a support, but it's kind of starting to try to break away from it right now, which is good. You know, you should SPX is on Ethereum. If you're an Ethereum meme coin, you should, you know, let's cheer on SPX, because at this point you want to see anything Ethereum do well. Because the Ethereum Foundation is sending, you know, $300 million worth of Ethereum to Kraken for whatever reason. I didn't even want to look at why they did that, but I'm just hoping it's for, I don't know, just not to sell it. Just not to sell it. You said the swag Bobo fractal is crazy. Okay, I could see what you're talking about, because this does look like the very early on Bobo chart. I'm having flashbacks to 2023. It looks exactly like when we first started. This is exactly what the Bobo chart looked like when we first started. We launched, and then everybody sold. Like all the, you know, the bots, the people that buy like the quote unquote snipers or insiders.
Oh shit.
You know,
here we go again.
Whoever tries to snipe your contract, and then people buy it, and you know, it runs the usual like month, like people start fudding, whatever, it goes all the way back down to zero. And then the chads come in and they're like, we're gonna run it back. And you get that, and then like a bear market hits, and you're kind of where you are right now, and people are starting to speculate again, and now you're starting to do battle with previous areas of resistance to try to run it all the way back. So that's the way these things work. So yeah, same floor as well. Bobo was down here at 2 mil. Yep. The black swan event. Bobo was the black swan event when Bobo launched. Everybody freaked. That day was like, oh my gosh, that was like the worst day. I was just like hoping I didn't just totally screw this up, like, and it ended up looking like this, but I was just so excited that the coin was there and people could trade it, and I didn't care if it went all the way back down to there. I was like, okay, this is cool, we can start let's get this going. Anyway, Monero. Uh-oh. We have a challenger has appeared for the best chart of the day. We started with Fartcoin, we started with SPX, we had Hype, now we have Monero. Let me zoom out on this thing. Wow, this is crazy. So I had a little resistance area right here drawn out, hit 8 through that, just broke through, and now Monero is sitting kind of in an area, I guess you could say your 2018 all-time high candle close, and Monero looks like it's well on its way to a new all-time high right here. Pretty crazy looking chart. And you know, this is a thing in crypto. This coin has been talked about for so long. This is like the privacy, you know, Bitcoin right here. If Monero just went absolutely insane and went to like thousands of dollars, nobody would be, you know, like shocked by it at all. No one would be. No problem, swag. Let me see the chat. Came here. Oh God, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I will go upstairs to try and focus on other things, but somehow I just keep thinking of Rect every time back to Rect at dinner. Sometimes our eyes meet. It's getting real 4chan in the chat right now. I feel like I'm on Biz. Well, that ain't even Biz. That's like I'm on B, like I'm on random or some I don't know. And random is absolute trash now. I can't even go on that, or a damn SWAT team would be in my room. FBI, open up.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Well, I want to check out Bitcoin dominance real quick. Oh, let me look at Brett. Same type of deal. It's kind of chilling at resistance, you know, doing the Ethereum thing. We're doing the Ethereum thing. Weekly chart right there. Bam. Your weekly candle. Close. There we go. We just moved the line. Bitcoin dominance. Going to Bitcoin dominance. I'm scrolling. I'm hurrying. Listen to the cow moo. We got I had to get a Mumu button because they're always in here. Oh my goodness. Why does Bitcoin dominance look so good? Why does it look so... Ugh. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is ramping up again. We had a good run. I mean, it dumped quite a bit. Maybe it's a dead cat. Maybe it's a dead cat bounce. I highly doubt it. But like I said, I think Bitcoin is just doing some really, Ponzi type things right now with MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor. With these they're just buying billions and billions, just all the time. And now you got XXI trying to bid them, and you're starting like this digital gold rush. And it's, until somebody makes it illegal to do what they're doing, I don't know how you're going to stop it. Are we still steady? Yeah, we're going to get a steady lads. We're going to get a steady lads moment at some point with this Michael Saylor stuff down the line. I just don't know. The market is an evil place. And there are bears out there that would love to be able to short or, do something to this micro strategy to really, get a good short on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin were to ever get up to close to, 300K or plus, or just say it goes way up here, there's going to be lawyers writing up drafts, just people, they're going to be hiring scientists trying to figure out ways to ruin MicroStrategy's strategy to try to short this thing. There would be so much money in that. It would just be insane.
Touchdown, Bears!
Evil hedge funds. That's what I'm trying to say. Fit / fit. Oh no. Okay. But yeah, that's just the bear in me talking. Until then, we're just bullish, and there's nothing bears can do about it. That's why I think Ethereum can go up just because people will want to speculate on crypto again, because they're gonna see Bitcoin at $1 million or something. Bitcoin I don't know how Bitcoin's gonna go down, because they're just gonna keep buying it up, right? It's just, I don't know. They got the infinite money glitch on it, and then the exchanges are gonna run out of supply, and it's just like there's nothing bears can do. There's nothing we can do right now. It's just
Terrorists win.
it's a really bad deal for bears right now. And so that's why I think, Ethereum isn't seeing a lot of that Ponzi style pump. They're just going to have to get people speculating on crypto again to come in. But then, if they don't get their act together, then Solana is going to try to steal that mind share too. So that's why I'm like, I mean, it'll all go eventually though. That's kind of like my view on it. I'm just kind of just rambling, giving my overall thoughts on everything. If I don't know if anyone cares, but chill guy. Let's look at chill guy. We've been looking at chill guy a lot. 4 hour. We'll look at it on the 4 hour. I mean, it's just in a choppy uptrend. It's still like it's trending upwards. The support areas really aren't as defined as they were. I don't know. Kind of make a little bit of a triangle here. Let me just get rid of everything. We're gonna chill guy some things. I'm gonna chart the candle closes. This would be like a really short-term like trade setup. I don't like this line right here at all. Let me extend it. I bet this gets traded though. Like if chill guy were to like break this trend line right here and just like nuke kind of down to, let me find a support level, it would nuke to like right here where it bounced previously. Right here. This is kind of like your breakout line up here. Like, but if you were to break this kind of like trend you've been holding since the beginning of May, I wouldn't be surprised to see sellers, well, I say sellers, traders, they would be sellers. They would freak out, you know, and sell off. So you might get like a wick or something down to like right here. This would, the chads would step back in, and then you would get a pretty, then you would, we're trying to see into the future here on Chill Guy. You would get kind of a bigger setup, like a bigger triangle. I could see that playing out, something like that. If it were to go lower, that's your bullish, you know, that's your bull case if you go lower. So bullish selling, bullish selling into support. That would be your bull case. So that's what we try to do. We try to like look into the future a little bit and see if things break a certain way, what kind of patterns would form to maybe get a trade off of this. Like if this were to break down, this would be a good area to bid down here. And so we can get a ride back up here and possible breakout. So that would be like basically buying the bottom before it tried to run up even higher. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of my chill guy analysis. I'll leave these weird looking lines on here too, just to see how it plays out in the next couple of hours. Big ETH buys. Let me see here. Let me get the chat box back in the chat. Big ETH buys from biggest institutions yesterday, yet no price pump. Can't imagine those buys were OTC. Hopefully it's not the Ethereum Foundation selling into them. Just, it's like, I was tripping because they said, well, there was a notification from Arkham that the Ethereum Foundation had moved 3 million or whatever in ETH to the exchange, and then people are like, oh, he's gonna sell it or something, and then he retweeted, the guy that on the actual Ethereum team retweeted that tweet that they were like freaking out that he was gonna sell it, like he was just being a sarcastic asshole about it or something. Like, so I was like, okay, well, if he's retweeting it, it's one of two things. He's just being like, he's laughing at them thinking that he's gonna sell it and he's actually using the money to do something else, or he's actually selling it and he's psychotic. It's it can't be in the middle. It is one of those. So let's oh, I wanted to go look at we'll check out some of these coins that are pumping on Solana today. That's always fun. Hold on real fast. Sorry, had to cough Had to cough, had a little moment. Still not 100%, as you know.
Game over.
So I'll go over these real quick, and then I'll probably wrap it up. So I'll probably be 100% tomorrow for sure. Gib, that's the one right there, right? They're doing frog coins on Solana again. Gib. Well, this isn't really much to chart. It's just going up. So, your liquidity this is your typical Solana thing. Your liquidity is 500,000, and your market cap's 12 million, and your chart's just going up. So, when your trend line breaks, everyone's gonna freak out. So, that is my my Solana analysis on Gib. So, but yeah, King Charles was a funny one too as well. Looks like it's trying to go back up a little bit, but okay. Those are the Ethereum coins. I'm getting called from the other room. I gotta go. I got a mad wife who has just had surgery and she needs some help doing things. So I'm sorry. I did a 44-minute stream though, and I will be back tomorrow when I'm feeling better health and I don't have, the other things going on behind me. Hit the purge sound. Purge sound. This is me right now. This is my
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
So I will see you guys tomorrow. It was good to catch up for a few minutes though. It really was. I had fun. Oh, one last thing. She can wait. Gemini, Google AI. I was going to show you guys these. So this is like Google AI videos, and you can prompt these AI videos, and they're all 8-second video clips, right? And you just prompt them like you were, prompting images. And I'll show you some of the ones that I ended up using, and then the ones I didn't use. So these are actually cool. This is all AI. This is crazy. The shitty thing about this is it costs like $150 to do this, and it only lets you do 5 a day. So I think you can buy credits. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah, here's the first video. I just did like Italian mobsters, like talking about Bobo.
You think you know meme culture, huh? What, you like Pepe and hate Bobo? You hate villains? This market ain't the boys club, pal. You think you know meme culture.
So you could just make them say, random funny stuff like that. And sometimes they come out decent like that, and you can edit them up. Like I edited this one to look like this, just with some music. I didn't want it to have a laugh track in the background, so I had to add like some cheesy music to make it kind of cheesy laugh tracky, if that makes sense. And I think you probably have already seen this on my timeline.
You think you know meme culture, huh? What, you like Pepe and hate Bobo? You hate villains? This market ain't the boys club, pal. You think
so? I think like these are very powerful tools for like the rest of forever for like meme coin projects or just projects in general, to like have these little like AI ads that just pop up to promote coins or whatever. Like that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it like to do this with like Mog too, or Pepe, you can even do animations like frogs and stuff. Okay, here's why I hate this right now though, because you can only do 5 videos at a time, and AI screws up stuff a lot. So I did one where I wanted the guy to walk in the house and talk to the woman and be like, hey, she was going to be like, why are you walking home from work? He's like, I sold my car for Bobo coin. And the wife says, you did what? And the audience would be like, ha ha ha, ha, laugh or whatever. And it came out with him, or the woman was talking like a man and the guy was talking like a woman. So it completely screwed it up.
Why are you walking home from work?
I sold the car for Bobo coin.
You did what?
So you can see this one.
Why are you
This one screwed up. Like it switched their dialogue, and it didn't come out very good at all. But but yeah, it does screw up sometimes, which brings in the whole 5 video per day thing, which so you get what you get. But this one was pretty funny. I did bears destroying New York Stock Exchange, people running, and this one looks like some AI slop, but it's still pretty funny.
Help us! We're trying. Fire! Fire! Help us! We're trying. Fire! Fire!
So yeah, and these are very vague prompts too. I said hundreds of bears destroying New York Stock Exchange, people running, trying to hide under desks, SWAT team trying to stop bears. So I'm sure you could get way more intricate, but even though it's like AI slop, it would still be pretty funny for like an ad or something. I don't know. And you can do news anchor. Here's the news anchor.
In shocking news, the White House announces Bobo coin as the new U.S. currency, throwing out the USD for dank bear memes. In shocking news, the White
here's this. Okay, so I did a stand-up comedian. He says, so I bought this coin called Bobo. It's the only bear coin in crypto. Not trying to show my bags, just letting you ladies know I chose the bear. And so,
So I bought this coin called Bobo. It's the only bear coin in crypto. Not trying to shill my bags, just letting you ladies know. Woo! I chose the bears too. So I bought.
And okay, so it wasn't a very good joke, but just the quality on this stuff is what I'm trying to say. Like you can prompt these things and be like, oh, that wasn't good. Oh, that wasn't too good. And get quality like this is absolutely insane. It's like mind blowing to me. Like when we're able to do this and I'm able to like make like 10, 20 videos to pick like my favorite one or enough to edit it perfectly, this is just next level stuff. So I thought this was cool. This is what I've been doing while I've been sick.
So I bought this coin called Bobo. It's the only bear coin in crypto. Not trying to shill my bags, just letting you ladies know. Woo! I chose the bears too.
So it's cool stuff. Cool stuff. Let me see here. I pieced all these ones together already. These ones all came out really well. This one was really cool too.
Wait, Bobo coin? Wait, are you serious? That's not even on Solana. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, so I said a beautiful woman sitting at a restaurant nightclub chatting with her friends laughing. Wait, Bobo coin, are you serious? That's not even on Solana. All her friends join in on the laughter. So yeah, this is Google Gemini. Thought I'd show you guys that before I got off stream. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow, and maybe I'll do some prompts live with you guys tomorrow. How about that? I'll use my 5 online on live stream tomorrow, and we can make some funny stuff. So, but this is crazy, and the future, we are screwed. We are so screwed. I will see you guys tomorrow. This has been the Bobo Nightcap. Not really night yet, but good night anyways. And the target remains Bobo Billions. I will see you later. Peace.